HTB family, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball. Hope you guys well. Thank you again for tuning in, for joining in. Yes, it's been a while since I've actually posted. I've just been resting, relaxing, chillaxing, and just sort of trying to, I suppose, navigate my way through the busy days. But I'm saying I've got a special guest here with us here today. I won't even introduce him. I'll let you introduce yourself there. Fanatics, over to you, my brother.
Yeah, hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's had a great week so far. I'm always NRL Fanatics, as you can tell by the title there. I'm a YouTuber, content creator. I do rugby league content. I do New Zealand Warriors content. Being flat out with the World Cup as well, just like Hold the Ballers. And yeah, it's good to be back on your channel tonight. And yeah, looking forward to the discussion on the Rugby League World Cup and around the NRL Draw as well, which will be interesting. But yeah, thanks for having me on. Looking forward to tonight's show.
No, you're absolutely welcome, and again, welcome, guys, and hope you guys are doing well. Sincerely. I've got two flags behind me. You all know what's happening this this weekend. We're not here to talk about it, but anyway, I just thought I'd have it there as a background. Yep. We got obviously the Australian flag as well as the Samoan flag behind me. Obviously, again, representing the massive occasion here for all of us as rugby league fans and Australian as well as Samoa fans. Now, again, we're going to be talking about the international, the Rugby League World Cup, as well as the NRL Draw. And I suppose with that in mind, we'll sort of just get straight into it. But again, I hope you guys are well, and feel free to ask questions, and we'll do our best as well to answer them along the way as well. All right, here we go. Just quickly as well for the next first game, obviously, Rugby League game had, unfortunately, right? As Kiwis, we're just going to say it is unfortunate. We're two proud Kiwis here. Australia beating New Zealand 16 points to 14. What were your thoughts on the match there? And I'll follow suit.
Yeah, look, I mean, I came into this game with probably little expectation. I thought this game would be a game where Australia would just have too much for us, and the class would shine through. But I think the Kiwis started off particularly well in this game. Actually, I think they got the first try on the board there. I believe it was Jerome Hughes on it. The first game for the first whistle, but Australia.
Sorry for that, Alex. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. You might be lagging just a little bit, but you're breaking up.
They'll do what they need to do. They grind the game out, and they get them home. Valentine home scored as well in this one. Yep.
Yep. Sorry for that, Alex. You're sort of just lagging in and out. There's a bit of a disconnect there with you talking. Can you hear me now? Apologies there, guys.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, just before.
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
It was just all. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. No, you're right. So, look, 16 for 14. Obviously, Australia winning that game there. It doesn't matter where you sort of sit. Your viewpoint there on the referee. Being Australian, but it does not matter. Australia won at the end of the day, and I thought honestly, they wanted it more, and obviously that Cameron Murray try there. Look, it is what it is. If you're not going to make your tackles, it is what it is, right? In saying that, though, just a bit of a side fact here for you guys who are unaware. With that win there was Australia's 105th win over New Zealand. And if New Zealand had won that game, that would have been our 35th win over Australia. So it's not even close to the stats there between these two teams. And I could go on the tier tirade or rant right now, but I won't. I'll refrain it for another time. It's not yet summer, so I don't need to get too hot right now. But look, it is what it is. Obviously, Australia winning it and going through there. Look, there's not too much there to say. It was a good, tough battle there between two countries who wanted it. I've got a question here from Taylor Brooks here. What does Samoa do well in their match against England that they can do again and try to beat Australia? What are your thoughts on that one there, Fanatics?
Well, I don't know if they can do the exact same tactics against Australia. I mean, obviously you got Jerome Luai there. He has been great for the last couple of weeks now. I think he's really stepped up since that first game of the tournament. No, he's played outstandingly well. He's led from the front.
Yeah.
Like he should do as a player because he's a leader and he's experienced in that. And I think Stephen Crichton. Now, Stephen Crichton, I thought was outstanding, and I put him as my man of the match in my review of the game on my channel. I thought Stephen Crichton was, Jerome Luai's great and all, but I thought Stephen Crichton for me was outstanding. So, I don't know. I mean, can Samoa play the same way that they did against Australia and get away with it? I don't think so. They might have to change some things up. Obviously, they're going to have to start very well. They've obviously got to not make as many errors as well. They've got to, kick to the corners, put pressure on the Australian side and, just obviously do all the basics right. But, yeah, it's going to be one of those tough tests coming up for them this week. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here.
Awesome. Just an awesome segue as well into this game here. England versus Samoa in a game that I think had a lot of us off the edge, on the edge of our seat, physical, fast-paced, unpredictable, pure rugby league, just the way we love it. Fanatics, give me your thoughts on this game overall. And I know you mentioned Stephen Crichton being obviously your personal player of the game there, but just to emphasize that point, what do you think it was that he did, or just give us a rundown of the game, and then give us your thoughts as well on Stephen Crichton and why you had him for your man of the match in particular.
Well, look, when I watched this game back again, I had a look at who I thought was the player that stood out and who really made the most of the big moments. And look, I know it was, I think in particular, Stephen Crichton, he scored a try as well. He ran pretty well, not just the field goal, obviously, not just the field goal in that extra time, but, it's just moments that I thought that Stephen Crichton stood out the most. And I know Jerome Luai was the man of the match for the game, actually, on ground, but look, I thought Stephen Crichton was outstanding. Even if you look at England players as well, don't forget, you've got to pay credit to England as well. Some of their players I thought stood out. Probably, I'll say the likes of Elliot Whitehead, George Williams. I thought George Williams was outstanding. Now I don't know whether he'll come. I don't know whether maybe one day we'll see him back in the NRL. I think he's still capable of coming back playing for another NRL club.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, I think any club would love to have a halfback like George Williams. I mean, we saw when he was at the Canberra Raiders, he was outstanding there, and he's been pretty good in this World Cup as well. So I got to say that's probably why I've got Stephen Crichton as my man of the match. I just thought he's in some moments of the game in particular, I thought he stood out the most, and England as well. I'd probably say like George Williams was outstanding, so he was my standout player. But Tim Laffey was pretty good as well. I thought Tim Laffey was pretty good. And, I mean, he had a good game also. So, yeah, those are just my standout players that I thought were outstanding in the game in particular.
Yeah, look, I just want to make that comment there you made on Tim Laffey. And he's been such a revelation for Toa Samoa. You know what I mean? Like, we all know his when he's played for the Dragons, right? We all know what he's done there. But coming into this Toa Samoa squad, called because of injuries, and then to see him come in and play and just have such a pivotal role in this movement here that we're seeing from Toa Samoa is such a huge credit to him as a player, someone who's fought his way through, obviously plying his trade down the Super League. But nonetheless, man, when duty calls, he has been up and at him, and he's been such a good player and one of my favorite players to watch actually in the whole of the Rugby League World Cup. But look, the game itself, it was physical, it was demanding. It was definitely not a replay of the first time these two teams encountered. We all know what happened the first time they encountered, right? England winning 60 points to 6. But in all honesty, right, Toa Samoa won the game that actually matters, because obviously you want to win your pool. Of course, you want to come first. You want to build have something to stand on, so to speak. But in the pool game, it is what it is, right? But then when it mattered the most in the semi-finals, when it mattered the most, that's where Toa Samoa came clutch, in my opinion. Now, I thought for mine, the likes of Brian Toa to me, hands down, one of the best wingers, in the game, or if not the best winger, between him and Adokar, I think that's probably the race there for the best winger so far in this Rugby League World Cup. I thought he was sensational. Again, the hard carries. But again, on the other end as well, you had England, and obviously the likes of Thomas Burgess. The English forward pack was quite strong. Yeah. Victor Radley, and huge praises as well to Herbie Farnworth, who I think has been a very unsung hero for this English squad. Because obviously, you got the pretty names like Sam Tompkins, you got Dominic Young, as mentioned before, Victor Radley, Thomas Burgess, right? George Williams, you know what I mean? No, but you get what I mean, right? There's just a plethora of these names, and I just feel like Herbie Farnworth has been left, so to speak, in that quieter sort of range there with a lot of us fans. But I think we should definitely be popping him up. He's been huge, and obviously we're going to tie this up as well, the NRL. But he's got a huge year ahead of him next year for the Broncos. Herbie Farnworth was, oh man, he was a gun, and he did all he could for England to win that game. He can be proud. He did all he could. Unfortunately, just wasn't enough there. Stephen Crichton slotting in the drop goal there to win it. But it was a good game from both these teams. It's obvious to me that defense was thrown out the window when it's 26-27. Defense is obviously not the main criteria here. But in saying that, it is what it is. Ultimately, Stephen Crichton coming clutch on 2 occasions. He's just got that clutch DNA, in my honest opinion, for the Panthers, obviously for Toa Samoa there. But yeah, 26 points there to 27, and obviously now Australia versus Toa Samoa. Go through, and I'll just quickly read the comment here. Thoughts on the English commentary referring to Taylor May as Tiny May. I thought it was hilarious. What about yourself, Fanatics?
Look, I didn't actually see it. Was it English commentary? Is this on Fox? Was this on Fox coverage or?
Yeah, I think there was there was a English commentary as well. Yeah.
For this
I think it was just more the accent. I think it was just the accent.
Oh yeah, I didn't catch on to it actually. So yeah, I can't really comment on that one. But yeah, I didn't catch on to that.
Awesome. And guys, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but every year there's a Golden Boot Award in Rugby League, right? This covers all players from across the globe, aka Super League and NRL players, I think predominantly. There was a whole heap of contestants, right, from the likes of Tedesco, Luai, right? Who else was there? So it was Joey Manu. I'm not sure. I think Harry Grant. I'm not sure if his name was thrown in there. But anyway, I digress. There was a heap of players there, and Joey Manu won, right? Kiwis player. Yes, absolutely proud of that. But Fanatics, give me your thoughts on him winning, and do you think he should have won, shouldn't have won? Who do you think could have come in second, or any of that stuff? What are your thoughts on him winning?
Look, I mean, I think this is pretty much well deserved. I mean, you probably could throw in a few other players, like probably maybe a Josh Adokar or someone like that. But
yeah, that's right.
I think for me, this one was pretty much well deserved. I mean, some people don't understand the whole Golden Boot award. Some people they misinterpret the award, but it's for the International Rugby League Player of the Year. To those of you who don't know, it's for the International Player of the Year. So Joseph Marnie, for me, has been the best international rugby player this year, in my opinion. I think he has been, for sure, and I think he no doubt deserves it. And I think congratulations to Joey Marnie on the Golden Boot Award. I think I think he can put his head up high after, probably just going out in the semi-finals there. But I think Joseph Marnie's had a very good Rugby League World Cup, and I think he's had a good international season as well.
Yeah, that's right. I think a lot of us fans do misinterpret a lot of things regarding rugby league. But yeah, that's right. This award is solely based on rugby league, international stats. And look, to be fair with you, Joe Manu did play in the game there, Tonga against the Kiwis there, right, earlier on the show. And then obviously the 4 subsequent games following afterwards. And I thought for mine was well deserved. He's been good. He's been great. What can you really say? I mean, granted, the spine there for the Kiwis hit or miss, I suppose. But in saying that, Joe Manu has been consistent throughout, and look, it's actually really, it's I think, in my opinion anyway, it's the best individual award you can win, right? The Golden Boot Award, because it's international, it's it's the pinnacle award, right? Obviously, you got the NRL and stuff, and obviously Super League, right? Man of Steel for Super League, and Dally M there for NRL. But in all honesty, for me, give me the international award, give me the Golden Boot any day of the week. So again, congrats there to our Joey Manu there, who I thought was sensational. But yeah, was there any sort of last words you want to touch on Fanatics before we head into the NRL draw?
No, I just want to say that, Joseph Barney was a well-deserved winner. And also, I think we had another Kiwi get an award as well. I think for the women's side of it was Racy McGregor as well. She won the Golden Boot as well for the women's side. So congratulations to her as well. So, yeah, good job to both of them, both Kiwis. And it's great that we picked up 2 awards and both Golden Boots. So it's great to see.
Okay. Awesome as. All right, so now we're going to be turning our attention to the NRL draw, and I'll get back to some comments as well. And again, feel free to comment, and thank you again, guys, for us tuning in. This is just a bit of a random Wednesday sort of a stream here in particular, just because I'm sort of flat out. HTB is a little bit flat out beyond the screen there, and thanks again to Fanatics for trying to work with me and obviously making this work. So give you guys a bit of entertainment to fill in there with your hump day week there being the Wednesday. You know what I mean? But yeah, look, the draw was announced last week, and go check out Fanatics' videos as well. He's made a few videos on it as well. Obviously, being the fan that he is of the NRL and the Warriors, and myself as well, I made one little video there. Fanatics, what are your thoughts on the draw overall? And I suppose in saying that, what are your thoughts on the addition of the Dolphins? And to go on top of that as well, what are your thoughts on the bye week as well? Like, yeah, are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Do we need an 18th team straight away? All those questions right there, your plate. Let's go.
Look, overall thoughts on the draw. I mean, from the NRL side of the draw, I think it's a pretty good draw. There's quite an interest in a number of games this next year. I mean, like you got the Dolphins coming in there for the 17th team there as well, and you got some good matchups. You got South Sydney versus the Sydney Roosters. You got all your big rivalry matches as well. You got the Queensland Derby, the Cowboys, Broncos.
Yes.
You've got all these good games in between. You've got Origin as well, State of Origin coming to Adelaide, which will be very interesting there. I'm no doubt hold the ball.
Sorry, Fanatics. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude there. Apologies. I don't mean to cut you off like that. But yeah, that's right. It's in Adelaide. Yep. HTB is going to be taking you to his hometown, his home state. You'll check it out. I'll be doing the vlogs and all that stuff, showing you guys a little bit of HTB in South Australia. HTB goes to Queensland. HTB goes to New South Wales. HTB is going to be here in South Australia. Welcome you guys into Adelaide, and it's going to be great, and I'm looking forward to it. Origin aside, it's going to be just great to have more eyes focusing on rugby league in South Australia. More to that in later videos. Anyway, sorry, back to you, Fanatics. My bad.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, there's some great matchups there, and I was going to say now. Okay, so yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. So we had State of Origin. Obviously, you got the NRL Magic Round. That's the round I'm looking forward to. I can't wait for it. I'm so excited. No doubt about it. I will be attending. I think Hold the Ball will definitely be attending. I can't wait to see everyone again and catch up with all the YouTubers, content creators. Say hello to the fans. Probably go to the Ruin Hammers event there that happens at the Lord Alfred Hotel, which will probably be there again next year. I can't wait for that as well. So, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of excitement around the draw. I mean, the draws, when it comes out, it's like Christmas for NRL fans. People can start thinking about what game they're going to tick off going to next year, which game they want to plan on going to. And, I mean, overall, I think the draw's good. I mean, looking at the Warriors side as a Warriors fan, I want to say it's a tough draw. I mean, I personally don't think it's a tough draw. I mean, some people are saying it's a difficult draw, and I know there's not many people happy with the fact that the Warriors aren't getting too many home games. I think the amount of home games we're getting next year is not too bad. I believe Cameron George isn't complaining about it either. I mean, he's come out and said, he's been talking to the other clubs, but with all the other commitments and that, but, he's saying that, we can't complain about the draw whatsoever, which is a great attitude to have. You want to go out there and just, beat who's in front of you, you don't want to moan and whinge about the draw and that. So, look, overall, I mean, pretty happy with the draw. And I can't wait for next year. I really can't wait. And I'm looking forward to attending a majority of these games that I will plan to go to.
Awesome, as yeah. Look, just to follow through as well. And again, thank you guys for joining in and watching. Yeah, look, we sort of kick things off, right? Round one, it's going to be Eels there against the Storm. Now, I'm not going to go match by match, but, just give you guys, again, a taste of what's happening. So Eels versus Storm to kick things off there, followed by the Warriors and the Knights and then the Panthers, Broncos, Manly, Bulldogs, Cowboys, Raiders, Sharks, Rabbitohs, Dolphins, Roosters, Tigers, Titans. Bye there for the Dragons. Sorry. My only gripe, though, is that my only gripe about the draw and having the 17th team is that it's odd, right? It's an odd number now. So obviously now you got to try and fill in that gap. And look, I get it. There's going to be teams having buys, but I mean, and I suppose it's something that we can talk about later on context as well, in particular. But just how buys can sometimes stall or affect momentum as well. Just having that week, and I'm not too sure. I suppose that works well in their favour. But look, in saying that, I welcome the addition of the Dolphins. Absolutely. Good luck to them, though. Their first game is against the Roosters. So, again, it's going to be interesting. I like the fact that they're playing in Suncorp Stadium, which is good. Like you mentioned as well, Fanatics. Magic round 10. I will be there. HTB guarantee. I love my last... when I went there last time, I loved it. Shout out to Ham and Rue and Hammer as well. Apologies. They're good hosts. They're good brothers, and they're Warriors fans. And when you sort of are in the atmosphere of Warriors, fanship as well, it's so good. But again, it's not about the Warriors, but you get my point. It's awesome. I had a great time, had a blast. Saw Fanatics is there as well. Had a few good cheesy grins with them, a few different photos. So it was good as loved it. Can't wait. And I'll be there, and I hope to see you guys there as well. Round 10's a significant part of I suppose, our lives as YouTube creators, right? Not only as fans, but I suppose as YouTube creators as well, right? Ultimately, we go there, we mix with the fans, and we make new memories and all that stuff. So I cannot wait to be part of it. And I will see you there, I hope. Yes, you right there on the screen. Hello. Okay, so I'm excited. I'm really wrapped about this NRL season. I'm excited about the Rugby League World Cup final as well. Again, our predictions, I'm sure, will be done on both our channels. I'm going to be posting mine either today or tomorrow, depending on how we go. Look, Fanatics, was there anything else you sort of wanted to sort of touch on as well? I'll just read some comments.
I've seen the I don't know if you've seen it, the new Warriors merch has been released as well. So the 2023 polo shirt and the hoodie have been released. So for those of you who haven't seen already, I reckon you should go check that out. It's at the Warriors store website. So if you guys want to have a look at it, purchase it, go check that out. But I mean, it's great to see some of the merch coming out. Actually, I'd say that majority of the merch that Puma do, they do a great job. So I'd say go and check that out if you want to go and give that a look. But besides that, there's not too much happening around the Warriors world. I mean, we've seen pre-season already. The players are back at training. So
all the boys are back, yeah.
All the boys are back. So it's great to see all the boys. The new signings as well, Tamari Martin and Mitch Barnett and, also Luke Metcalf. They all look very good in the new Warriors kit as well. So it's great to see those boys back in training. So it gets me a bit excited, seeing them there. And can't wait to see them, next year. What happens with them next year? Whether they get a lot. Well, I'm sure we'll find out.
We all know what's going to happen next year. No,
yes.
We all know what's going to happen. Spoiler alert. No.
I don't know if you've seen it. Andrew Webster did a bit of a thing with the Warriors on their YouTube channel. I'm not sure if you've seen that one yet, but that was really interesting. Watch that. But I mean, if you've seen it, what are your thoughts on it? Have you seen it yet or not? The Andrew
Yeah,
Webster.
look, I have. I do my darndest to not be a pessimist. To be fair with you,
Yes.
Fanatic.
Yeah.
You know, so coming to this one here, it's about being open-minded and I suppose having a jovial point of view as opposed to a pessimistic view. Ultimately, I'm happy about it. Don't get me wrong. But like everything else in life, guys, you just gotta wait and see, right? You just need to wait and see because you just don't know, right? You know what I mean? Look, we got a question here, and again, feel free to ask questions for all your viewers. They're league-related questions or even NRL questions. Yeah, we're going to try to stay here for the next 5, 10, 15, just depend. Yeah. Even if we have to talk about, ramble on about random things, I don't care. I'm prepared to do it. You've been warned if you don't ask questions. All right. Okay, so who are your starting halves? Okay, Fanatics, you know, I'm assuming Moose here, Moose, Mose, I don't know. I'm assuming that this person here is asking for halves from probably the Warriors, but I might even extend that challenge. Do you reckon you could name round one pairings for perhaps each half from all the teams? Could you do that? Could you have a go? Or do you want me to start? Or how about this? I'll start first. I'll start. All right. Yeah. Okay. So for the Eels, I think my predicted halves line up for the Eels, and we're just having a bit of fun, guys. You know, Christmas is around the corner next month. Let's get happy. You know, but let's be a bit happy. You know what I mean? Start throwing a bit of fun there. But look, for the Eels, I reckon it'll be Dylan Brown as well as Mitch Moses. Right, for the Storm, it'll be Graham Hughes and Munster. For the Warriors, this is a tough one. I reckon it'll be. Oh goodness me! Oh look, in my opinion, I would like it to be Metcalf and Tamaida Martin. In my opinion, Fanatics like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. The Knights, I reckon for the Knights, it'll have to be who's that signing? They just signed him today.
Hastings.
Hastings and Hastings and I forgot. He used to play for the sorry, his name eludes me. He played for the Cowboys, but then he played for the Knights. He went up injured though. His face was there, but I just can't.
Clifford.
Yeah, that's it. Clifford.
Clifford.
Here we go. We got one here. Hastings and Ponga. Yeah. I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting. Do you reckon Ponga moves from fullback to in the halves? Nah, I don't know. What do you reckon?
Well, apparently they're trying to sign someone else for the fullback spot, so I don't know whether that's true or not. But
okay, I didn't hear that. No.
Yeah, forgot the player's name. It eludes me, but I think someone's mentioned it to me. It was a rumored. It's a rumored move at the moment, but yeah, I mean, I believe he's already at the Knights. I don't know. I think he's in the junior system somewhere, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, Ponga. I think Ponga's more of a fullback. I don't think he's a half.
No worries. And just
yeah.
Lord Alfred will be awesome. Love me. Oh, absolutely. Let's do it again. The cloud stuff. Absolutely. Let's do it again. Friends of it's Jake Clifford left. Okay, no worries. Thanks, man. Yeah. Cheers for the correction there.
Yeah,
Clifford,
that's right. That's right. Yep.
Awesome. And look, Panthers. I think it's going to be Cleary, Luai. There's no two ways about it. The Broncos is an interesting one. Look, Reynolds and pick your player. I suppose. I mean, you got a few going there. Walters potentially, right? Or even the Knights. Even with the Knights, I mean, you could go Hastings and Gamble. Would you go Tyson? I don't know. Anyway, I'll stop there. See, Tyson Gamble because he's 5'8", eh?
Yep.
He is,
he is.
Yeah.
He is.
So Hastings and Tyson Gamble. I mean, hey, pun included. It'll be a gamble, but it's worth a try. You know what I mean? Broncos. Who do you think? Fanatics. You got Reynolds and who else?
Oh, who's the other half?
Who would your pick be? Who would your pick be? I mean, obviously, you got Walters there, right? He can play potentially. Got Donny Staggs every now and then, although I think he'll be centre. Reece Walsh is going for that fullback position. If he doesn't get it, will he try 5'8"? I don't know. Who would you have? Reynolds and Walters? Yes.
I'll probably have Reynolds and I think was it a Mam or Ezra Mam who was
Yeah,
in the
Israel,
halves
man.
this year.
Yeah.
He played a bit of halves this year, so
Okay.
I'll probably have those two in the halves. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Walters, but yeah, I'll probably have Mam and Reynolds.
Okay.
Lachlan Miller. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the Cloud stuff says the Knights are trying to get Lachlan Miller from the Sharks to play for. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
get
right.
him. Okay, and then you move Ponga to the halves. That is interesting. Hastings and Ponga. Oh, okay, I like that. All right. So then the next one, Manly. Oh, look for your halves. Would you have your halves Manly? Obviously DCE, because obviously Fozza is now with the Titans, right? Would you have Schuster?
Yeah, I'd have Schuster there. I mean, I know Schuster's obviously there's been a bit of talk around his weight and that, but I think he'll get fit enough to play in that position. Yeah, I think he'll play in halves with Cherry Evans.
That'll be an interesting combo. I mean, Schuster definitely has he's got the build, so he's definitely a big body, which works well in his favor. Strong player, but he's got really good hands, right, with the footy.
Yeah.
Actually a really good articulate player. All right, the next is Bulldogs, Doggies. Goodness me, they sort of change halves a little bit, didn't they? Every now and then.
Yeah.
It's hard to actually get a grasp of who's actually the halves there. Goodness. Sorry, Bulldogs fans. Not to offend you guys, but I can't remember who your halves were. Who would you have?
Well, I'd have probably Matt Vernon, 5'8", halfback.
Yep. Yeah, sorry. So yeah. Berto, apologies.
Matt Vernon will be the one. Yeah. Matt Vernon will be the one. The 5'8", not the fullback. Sorry,
he'll be definitely half.
Yeah, 5'8". Yeah, and I'm not too sure who the 7 will be. Kyle Flanagan, maybe Avarillo. I don't know. I mean, it's about a 50-50 on that one.
Hey, Nick from Australia, how you going? Welcome to the stream, as well as Pro Enzo Vids and everyone else. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are okay. Yeah, I agree there. Probably Burton and Avarillo. Cowboys, who are your halves for the Cowboys? Fanatics. Nick from Australia's on this chat here, so I'm going to give you all the pressure. I'm out of here. who do you predict the halves to be?
Cowboys is pretty much the same halves as this year. You can't look past it. Chad Townsend and Scotty Drinkwater.
Yep, that'll be the half combo there. Yep. For the Raiders, what are your thoughts there, Fanatics?
Well, it would be Jack Whiten and who was the halfback this year? Just trying to think. There's been quite a few options here from the Raiders this year.
Yeah.
I can't think of the halfback. It's a bit of a tough one. I definitely have Jack Whiten starting.
They had Whiteson in the. Oh, I forgot the other bloke's name. Yeah. Apology. He's a player for the Titans.
Lost my mind. Fogarty. Yeah,
Fogarty.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Fogarty. Yeah.
Yeah, Fogarty. That's it. Yeah, thanks, boys. Bulldog. Yeah, okay. And I think Whiteson and Fogarty for me. I think that's probably it.
Yeah.
For the Sharkies obviously got Nico Hines. Do they go with Moylan again? Or do they go with someone else? What are your thoughts?
So their halves this year was Moylan and who was the other?
Hines. Yeah, Nico Hines.
Hines, that's right. Nicholas Hines, I can't forget that. Yeah, Nicholas Hines. Oh, I think they'll keep it the same. Unless Moylan gets injured. Yeah, I think that'll be the halves next year.
Yep. Yeah, me too. Rabbitohs. This is an interesting one, but I suppose the same as before, right? Walker as well as Ilias.
Yep.
Do you reckon?
Oh, that's an easy one. Yep. Ilias and Cody Walker.
Yeah, agreed. And we've got 5 more teams to go through. This one here is really tricky. So again, apologies, but the Dolphins, man, what would your combination be if you know the teams? Obviously, they've got Isaiah Gatoa, right? So Gatoa, they're playing for Tua. He was one of them. And obviously, they've got the likes of Jeremy Marshall-King. I know he plays hooker, but he can play a little bit of 5'8" as well. He's playing the halves.
Yeah.
who would you get? Anyone there in the comments? Who would the halves be? Your predictions anyway for the Dolphins? What are your thoughts there, Fanatics?
Yeah, I'd go with Sean O'Sullivan in the halves with
Sullivan Gator.
With Qatar. Yeah, I'd go with
those
are the two that I would go with. I think Sullivan's shown as we saw with Sean O'Sullivan when he's played with Penrith this year. He's filled in pretty well. He's played some great games and that. So very, very a player that I probably would have loved to see stay at the Warriors personally. As he wasn't given a lot of game time for us, but when he was given that game time, I thought he played very well. And he did very well when Cleary was out at the start of the year. I thought he played very well for Penrith. So got to have Sullivan in there. Sean O'Sullivan.
A few of the boys here have said, basically Milford and O'Sullivan. And look, I suppose I tend to agree. In saying that, though, I don't mind Gator as well, as Klaus stuff says as well. Also, O'Sullivan, Milford, but I wouldn't be mad if Gator was the other half. Yeah, look, obviously Gator has time on the side as well, right? So he can learn under the tutelage, there of Anthony Milford. So, more learning and stuff. But in saying that, if you went O'Sullivan, Milford, it wouldn't be too bad. If you went O'Sullivan, Gator, it wouldn't be bad either. I don't think you lose there, in my own opinion. Okay, the Roosters, the Trooks. What are your thoughts there on the halves combo?
Keary, so it'd be Luke Keary. Luke Keary and
Sam Walker.
What did you say?
Sam Walker,
Walker, that's right. Sam Walker. It's got to be Sam Walker and Luke Keary, yeah. If Luke Keary doesn't get injured, it's those two for sure.
Yeah. West Tigers. The mighty West, all right?
Yeah, look, it would have been
Luke Brooks, and who else?
Yeah,
Adam
it would have been Hastings. It would have been Hastings, but he's not there anymore. So, Luke Brooks probably.
And Dewey.
Probably Dewey, but I'm hearing Dewey there may be a chance that he might leave too. So,
okay. What's the media reporting? Where's he going to? I haven't heard this.
Well, I've seen a post by the West Life podcast on Twitter. So they have posted out that the Bulldogs are potentially a team going after Dewey. So just a little bit of a word there.
Nick from Australia says Luke Brook needs to shred it. To be honest, he's screwed. Dewey. Well, that's interesting because Bulldogs are. Oh, here we go. Dewey wants $900,000 for his next deal. Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Oh, gee whiz. Look, that's a lot of money. And look, I get it. That's a lot of money. But considering he can't even crack the Origin team, let alone the Australian team, right? Being that he's born in Australia. That's not. Anyway, I wouldn't be asking for that. He can't even crack the Blues team or the Australian team.
A lot of money.
There's absolutely no way you pay him that much. All right. So, I agree. I think it is Brooks and Dewey for now. Dewey definitely won't stay, especially once. That's true. And we have two more teams to go. We got the Titans halves. It's interesting because obviously Fozza is now playing for the Titans, right? So, is it a Fozza and AJ Brimson thing? Is it a Fozza and what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I think it'd be Kieran Foran definitely starting. I mean, they wouldn't sign him to not start. I think he'd be starting for sure. Halfback, I don't really like it, but maybe AJ Brimson. I mean, I'm not a big fan of him in the halves there, but it'll be him.
Boyd. Tanner Boyd, Foran and Tanner Boyd.
Tanner Boyd.
That could work. Tanner Boyd. Yep. Potentially. Yep.
Boyd and Foran. Yep.
Got one man in his whiteboard says, as a Bulldogs fan, I don't want Dewey unless he wants to play fullback. Look, Nana, I'll be honest with you. I'm doing so hard not to make this such an NRL chat, but I can't help it.
Yeah.
I think Jacob Perez, in my opinion, is definitely a viable option at fullback. I thought he was actually okay for Lebanon, to be honest with you. Hey, you guys may agree to, may disagree there, but I just thought he was actually not too bad. So I'll probably have him over Carraz, in my opinion. Titans, Foz, and Brimson, but it's a hard one.
Yeah.
I reckon Brimson is a fullback manufactured into a half. Yeah, that is so true, actually. Good observation there. And look, the last team as well, guys, before we sort of say our goodbyes, is the Dragons, Fanatics. What are your thoughts there on the halves pairing? Obviously, you've got Talatau Armon there, right? Plays for Tonga, so he'll be, I assume, your first pick, 5'8". Who's your halfback? Ben Hunt, right? I assume.
Yeah, I'd probably say Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt would be the 7.
Ben Hunt,
yeah, Ben Hunt would be
just a repeat of almost last year for the Dragons, the majority of their season.
Yeah, I'd probably go with those two. I don't think that'll change.
No, that's all. All right, no worries. So just Armon and Hunt.
Yep,
there we go. All right, sweet as. All right, there you go. Awesome. And guys, I suppose with that being said, we're going to now close the cameras. Look quickly, Fanatics, is there anything you want to say before I conclude?
Yeah, I'd just like to say thanks for having me on the channel, Hold the Board. It's great to be doing this, live show again. And I know how busy you've been and that, and yeah, it's great to be on. And thanks for having me on the show, and thanks to all the viewers for watching. And Rugby League World Cup this week final, and then there'll be no more footy, and there'll be a bit of a long rest between then, and then back into it next year. But yeah, thanks for having me on Hold the Ball, and cheers to all the viewers for watching.
Oh, look, you're absolutely welcome. And again, guys, please feel free to follow, obviously, Fanatics there, but also Nick from Australia, as well as Pro Enzo Vids. Again, we're all just, video content creators who are passionate about what we do. We love the fan engagement, and we just love to try and entertain you guys, give you guys the best of what we can bring, right? And again, thank you again so much there, guys, for tuning in, for watching. So again, don't forget, Nick from Australia, Pro Enzo Vids, as well as my brother here, NRL Warriors NRL Fanatics, apologies. But look, thank you again for jumping on, bro. I appreciate it. Yes, I'm trying to work my the HTB life behind the screen, pretty full on in a good way, but it is what it is. But it's saying that we try to make ends meet here. Obviously, we've got the Rugby League World Cup content as well, NRL content, all that stuff there. It's all happening. But yeah, I've enjoyed today. It's been really random, which is good and spontaneous. But in saying that, you guys take it easy, I'll be blessed. See you guys next time, and just remember, hold the ball. See you guys next time.
See ya.